and gentlemen. How are you doing out there? This is episode 95. Intergalactic interviews. The voice you're hearing right now is that of one MD, but I am also known as Jayme. Across from me right now is my special co-host, always awesome, always amazing, Michael Saavedra.
Hello.
And on our boards today is the beautiful, the pretty,
No,
Chris Martin, C-Mart to most of y'all.
I do exist.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Can't complain, right? Obviously, he's a good guy. This is Intergalactic Interviews, and this week we're going to be doing one of our crew episodes for all y'all. And I say y'all because this is going to get urban as fuck in a moment. I just want to let you know.
Is that likely?
92%
Oh,
likely.
okay.
Yeah, these crew episodes are like my favorite parts of these shows because we just get to hang out and enjoy. There's no guest pressure. There's no reason to impress those guys. It's just us and you listening. So we appreciate this and we appreciate you. Before we get to all that, though, we should shout out our sponsors. Let everyone know about a cool opportunity right now. If you go to floathouse.ca right now and enter our podcast promo code, which works, and it's called II Podcast, you'll get 20% off your next float. What's a float? Well, that's a great question. A float is quite possibly the best thing you can do for your mind. It's amazing. It's relaxing. It's tranquil. It's like a spa for your mind. It's super cool. It's amazing. There's so many different locations you can go to right now. And if you go to floathouse.ca, you can get all the relevant information. Make sure you use our podcast promo code, II Podcast. That's lowercase I, podcast. You get 20% off. It's amazing. Go to floathouse.ca right now. I float. We float. You should float. Let's all just float and we'll enjoy ourselves. Okay. That being said, I have a show to announce. Let's announce this show. I'm going to announce the show here. We're going to be performing myself.
Right to plugs.
Right to plugs, of course.
Yeah.
People are still listening. That's why. that's why you want to do it now. I was gonna say my name. I was gonna tell you my name again, which is stupid.
I forgot.
Now no one's listening. Great. This show we're gonna be going to Alexander in Gastown, which is a great venue. A lot of great people we know work there and operate out of there. Shout out to kids who are putting on this event with Alexander Gastown. We're gonna be performing, and by we, I mean me, MD, and my dude Macca. And Macca's new release, his new EP, which is getting a lot of good critical reaction within the grime community. That day for that show is July 7th. And you should come out and check it out. It's great. Hit us up for tickets if you want tickets. Tickets are also available at the door for $10. It's super easy. We love it. Here's one of those lovely tickets there. Yeah. Yeah. What can I say? It's going to be awesome. I'm excited to return to the stage. Haven't performed in a little while. Been kind of fucking busy. So,
What are you going to be doing there?
I'm going to be spinning for Macca. So
nice.
Might jump on the mic for one or two joints.
Buy yourself a new towel for the night.
Yeah, new sweat towel. Yeah, I need a monogrammed sweat towel.
That would have to be really nice.
Those were always suggested to me.
What kind of font would you use?
Old Times New Roman, of course.
It's a good font.
Old Times.
I mean, it
New
works.
Roman. Old English.
Courier.
There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, I'd buy it in Arial.
You mean Helvetica?
Helvetica?
No, there's a thing. Don't worry.
I would buy it in Lucida. Is that a font?
Yes.
Lucida. That's the one that looks like
Just
a
saying
computer.
words.
I don't know.
Sort of, yeah.
It is, yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lucida. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a calculator. That's like the calculator font. What a stupid fucking towel that would be. Don't ever let me get a monogram towel. That would be so dumb. I would never rock that. Although,
It's next year's birthday gift, bud.
Yeah. Sounds like it's in your future.
it sounds like now it's going to definitely be in my possession by the end of
a
it.
fucking monogram towel.
Probably going to get a monogram towel, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't performed it in a while, but these songs with Macca are pretty dope. Like, it's all like grime stuff. Like basically the rhyme patterns and the beat patterns are like so significantly different than like traditional hip hop. It's more comparable to like say trap or something like that, but it's like high speed trap. I don't know how to, it's like very, very frenetic. It's very fast paced. And I'm looking forward to see how the crowd reacts to some of these songs, because we're very influenced overseas by like a lot of UK artists. And the way that the EP's been reviewed so far has been like really strong. And Mac is leading the way with that stuff out here on the West Coast. So I'm really excited to see what people say. People might be indifferent to it because they don't know. And I think we're prepared to see what the next step will be, because it's new. I don't think there is very much precedent for people to say like, oh, it sounds like blank, so I can easily get into this. Like, which is often the case, right? Like, especially when you, like, if you're at a bar and you hear a new band, like, good example, we were at the Rocket from Russia anniversary show on the weekend, myself and Saavedra. C-Mart was being a rock star on the island, and Saavedra and I were
On an island.
An island,
Not the
island.
Nope.
Like a Hardy Boys novel. You're fucking
Not Vancouver Island.
Saavedra and I were there with Russian Tim and a bunch of fam, and we were hanging out, and we got there just in time to see the Core play, which has Dan Garrison in it, who plays in Real Mackenzie's now too. But we got there, and I don't know if anyone remembers in the episode we had with Russian Tim, but none of us had heard that band yet. But we were all pretty excited to have to have that opportunity to check them out, and they were fucking rad. They're totally dope.
Yeah,
before I
they
even got there, Saavedra was texting me, and he was like, "The Core's tearing it down, bud." And I was like, "Okay, fuck, let's go."
By a text message, it really comes across.
It did. Yeah.
You did add the bubbles.
Yeah, I believe it.
Finger point.
Fingers up.
Yeah.
I know it. You know it too. Fuck. Yeah, it was good though, and it is pronounced the Core apparently, not the corpse.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm glad we promoted that so heartily. That was good.
I remember exactly.
And speaking of promoting, the room was like pretty much sold out. So I think I don't know if the official numbers were there, but
That's good for
I
Tim.
turned the corner in the media club and it was packed to the fucking bar. So that's a sellout at the media club for me. If you can't move, and the merch and the ATM is constantly a lineup. That's
That
pretty
poor
fucking
bathroom
packed.
in there, hey?
That bathroom to the side of the stage,
Just gets assaulted.
it's a little interesting.
Especially at a punk rock show.
Yeah.
Yeah, constantly people walking through.
Steady stream of Pabst Blue Ribbon coming through there.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Pure
think it just
ribbon.
recycles, right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I actually know the guy that owns the venue, and he's really fucking funny. He's a really good guy. He's a cool dude. But you know what? This last few episodes we've had on here, we've had some weird, like, different types of people that we don't usually have on, like battle rappers and fucking other podcasts. Like, we don't usually have other podcasts on here. It was cool seeing the reaction. The guys from Steel Toes Required are really fucking cool. I like those guys.
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah, like Stephen McNeil and I have been chatting a lot since that day. And he was telling me something that kind of resonated with me today, which was that you can never be late anymore. He said he heard it from Marin, like Mark Marin. And he said that you can't be late for anything anymore. And I was thinking about that. I think that applies to everything, like music, movies, all that. But it doesn't apply to episodic television, because you can be fucking big time late for that stuff. Like, if someone was getting into Breaking Bad today.
Oh, you don't mean like coming out late. You mean watching it late?
Yeah. Like, the way we were talking was, because I was saying, like, we're capturing stuff with this show that we don't know it's going to happen. Like, those guys in Steel Toes Required, that podcast is awesome, but all those guys have their own individual comedic careers, right? So to have them in a place like here where we're documenting even for a short period of time, like an era, like we have this like short time with them where we document an hour or so of time of this particular era. I think that's important because you don't know what anyone's going to do in their career or how many days someone has in their life left or whatever. You know, like you never know. Like, it could be tomorrow, it could be 100 years from now. You don't know. But like, we kind of got talking about like how that could be documented, and I was saying, yeah, that's a real important thing to me, is like that we're documenting these moments, because outside of social media and taking photos of your food, most people don't fucking document anything about their lives anymore.
I'm really good at avoiding photos.
You're really good at it, actually. Yeah.
Noted photo dodger.
Even in this video right now, we had to like throw a camera on you specifically.
You can see right here, right now.
Right there?
Yeah.
I can't see the monitor right now, so
It's pretty
know.
good.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it's a big crew photo.
It's not
right?
bad,
Yeah, it's fine. It's good. But it's funny, like when you look at like certain films that show the old like cliche of like, oh, mom's pulling out the photo album. That's weird. That doesn't exist anymore.
I think it does when you.
In
you
that
don't-
generation, of course it exists because all those people are still alive. But I'm talking like we have people we know that are having children now, and are they collecting photo albums? No, they have like hard drives.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. I know
But
a
that's
lot of
just
people
the
that-
storage, though.
Do you know people with photo albums?
Yeah, they go, you get your photos printed out at London Drugs. Just you can literally stand there with your cell phone and pick the photos you want and then prints it. Takes like 2 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little bit
You
different.
don't have photos on your fucking wall or anything like that, Well, I know a lot of friends that have like friend wall photos and stuff like
Friend
that.
wall.
Yeah,
What's
like pictures that you take with your pals.
Do you have enough pals to have a friend wall?
Nope.
Nope, me either. That's why I don't have one. I'm like, fuck, I don't have
Barely
one.
like the people in this room right
That's
now.
right.
Yeah, fair enough.
To have no friends, no team.
Unless they're like giant posters. Like your friend wall is just 2 life-size posters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Could you imagine just turning the corner, giant C-Mart right there?
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's called a shrine once you have a life-size poster, I think.
To scale,
Yeah, accurate height.
scale C-Mart poster. That I'd buy it. I think someone out there would buy it
Nope.
for sure.
No
What if
one
we
needs
just made them to
life-size
order?
of any person, really.
No.
Well, I was thinking we'd get cardboard cutouts of each of us,
What would your pose be?
Probably the Hulk Hogan fucking, just
Fucking
the
Hulk
little-
Hogan, just the Gawker killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a fun pose.
I think that'd be a great pose.
Just in my regular clothes, just looks weird. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
It would look fucking weird. Speaking of weird, did anything incredible happen in the world of soccer/football this weekend, Michael?
Yes.
What happened?
One of the greatest things of all time.
Oh,
How do you casually just bring it up like that? You're like, "Ooh, well, one of the greatest things. What happened?
Chile beat Argentina.
Well, by a score of what?
It was 0-0, and then we went to penalty kicks, and we retired Messi. It was great.
Fuck. That's crazy. With a loss.
Yeah. He started crying, and then he said, I'm never playing international football again.
Really?
So suck a dick.
is that like a thing?
Argentina and Messi fans. Thank
Did
you.
he really
they-
say that?
Do they say that though? Or is that like a soccer thing? It's like, oh, I'm retired, and then they just come right back.
Like he was crying his eyes out back in the locker room. He's like, well, I guess international football is just not for me.
Wow.
So,
What
But
was the name of the-
but that means national football is for him.
international football.
What was the
I
name
mean,
of
he
that
could play in
tournament?
a local.
Well, he's going to go play for Barcelona, make $300,000 a
Oh,
week or
okay, I
whatever.
see.
But
Okay.
that's-
Jesus.
It was a light retirement.
Yeah, how much money is he making? Good money.
yeah, absurd money. I'm not sure exactly what
I'm
it
gonna
is,
look
but
this
he's
Couple
somewhere,
bucks a
like
kick.
I'm gonna
like
look this up.
couple
What was the name
hundred.
of the? What was the name of that tournament?
It was the Copa America.
How long does that go for?
Went for just about a month. A month.
Oh, it's
Let's
over?
say a month. Yeah, it's over.
Oh, nice. That
Is
was
it-
a,
Chile are the winners.
Oh,
is
nice.
it just South America?
Nope, it's for this one. It was the Centario, so 100 years of the tournament being played. So it was teams from North, Central, and South America.
Oh, okay.
Canada didn't make it. We lost to Cuba.
Shocker.
they're only allowed to bring so many like North American teams, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think America qualified, but then like it was from CONCACAF and CONMEBOL, like the two soccer federations.
Okay.
So the CONCACAF also includes all the island nations there. So Costa Rica, Panama, Jamaica, Haiti. Haiti made it. Canada did not.
Yeah. Well,
Messi makes 36 million euros a season.
Yeah.
36 mil a year. That's fucking crazy.
bunch
But
of euros.
in soccer, they pay it out like it's like you make X amount of dollars a week. That's how they kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what? Would you say 300 grand a week?
Something stupid like that.
That's fucking ridiculous.
At least that's according to my FIFA video game where I can.
you can adjust it for yourself. You're like, all right.
Hold on. This is all based off FIFA? Yes. Yes.
Whatever.
That's funny.
Apparently, I could trade them too for just 5 first rounders.
No, it was pretty good this weekend. My folks are obviously very invested into it as well, and a lot of other people are.
How's Wolf taking
Vamonos
it?
chili.
What's that?
How's Wolf taking it? He's like honorary now, right?
Wolf doesn't give a shit.
All right. I thought he
Wolf,
might be
Garrett
honorary
Wolf
chili.
of The Reaction.
Yeah, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
He's more. He doesn't have cable. I don't think he's watching anything.
Fair enough.
He doesn't have cable.
I don't think.
He's living that life.
Yeah.
Get in the van life.
Cape free.
Totally. Yeah, man. This weekend was pretty awesome, though. Like, we went to the show. I already talked about that. But I went to this like collectible toy trader store on the weekend. It was pretty dope. I can't believe I've never been to this place. I don't know. I always like McFarlane action figures growing up. I always liked the detail and like the violence associated with them. Pretty excited. Like when I turn the corner and there's like a giant Boba Fett staring at me. I'm like, what? Lots of Star Wars stuff. And then go on this aisle and it's all like limited edition McFarlane pieces, like medieval, like Attila the Hun, but from Todd McFarlane. Like,
Oh,
Where
was
that
this?
shit. It was in Langley, somewhere in Langley in British Columbia. I have no idea. I wasn't driving. I have no.
Just east.
East of this
here.
location.
Yeah.
By just head east, you'll find it.
Collision course.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, with like sideshow collectibles and like hot toys and all that now, like it's getting like far more in depth with the way that collectibles and like figurines for movies and stuff like that are being made. Like McFarlane obviously was when we were younger, like that used to be a lot bigger, but now like these other companies are just blowing it right out of the water. Some of them are incredible.
They're no longer on top of that stuff.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Really?
They're definitely still a player in it, but like like sideshow collectibles, like those guys are making the best, like hands down the best figures.
Really?
Like those are the ones that I think they had the deal with Star Wars, and they put out like the life size versions of Boba Fett and like the newer ones and like the insanely in detail where you can like take off the pieces of armor and stuff from the actual.
The one I saw was life size, and the tag on it said 9,000 Canadian dollars.
Were you taller than it?
I'm about 6'3", and it was a little shorter than me.
Not buying that.
You wouldn't buy a short Boba Fett.
Not buying.
You know, it's just him, right? Like that's
like
how tall he is. Like
That's not true.
to date.
Who the hell said that?
Store.
The store said
Star
that.
Wars
Sale.
Encyclopedia.
Yeah. Star Wars.
We made him to scale. This is how tall he is. I'm like, that's not true.
Look it up on Star Wars Wiki, bud. Bet you he's fucking 5'10".
It's called the
Bet you they're-
Wikipedia, by the way.
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes,
Speaking
it
of
is.
Wookiees, I bet you if they had a life-size Chewbacca, he's like 5'8". I'm like, that's not true.
An inch taller than I am.
Yeah.
5'8".
That's an infant.
You're like
That's an
life-size
infant.
Chewbacca. You're like,
Yeah, isn't
is that
Chewie-
a fucking Ewok or what the hell?
Let's
going
have a
on here?
guess right now. Isn't Chewie like 8'2"?
I don't. He's
I'm gonna
no.
look this up. Chewbacca height.
He's like 7.
Is he
guess,
something.
guess. Isn't he?
7'6".
7'4".
Okay, we're gonna get some fucking serious prices
Yeah.
right going.
$1, Bob.
$1. He's 1 inch tall. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I said
That's a weird
I said
scale they
8'2",
filmed
right?
all of it.
Okay, hold on. 7'6". You fucker. Who said 7'6"?
That's
Big
savvy right
Big
there.
Mike said 7'6".
Savvy laugh.
Easy there with your Wookiee knowledge that you seem to just.
It is a good
accumulate.
wiki though.
It is. This one just came up on Google straight away.
Oh.
Oh, so maybe it's not official. This one says 7'3" on the Wikipedia.
all
The
crap.
Wikipedia?
Nope, not on the. Is
all crap.
Wikipedia?
We already
is a
have an
big thing.
answer. We can move on from there. I'm
Yep.
happy with. I'm happy with no.
Yeah, hold on. You seem to be moving on from your.
Pretty
yeah.
stoked.
I was correct.
One
And
portion of the
There's
internet
no
says
need to go
one
further.
Let's not get too in depth. I was right the first time out. Let's go. Yeah, that's awesome. I was looking to the Star Trek preview coming up. The new Star Trek.
The movie?
Yeah, this new one coming out called Beyond or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
You?
Nope.
No, I heard. I'm not. I don't have high hopes.
I'm kind of over this whole reboot shit. I don't really give a fuck about this alternate universe original Star Trek stuff. Like, I want to see what happens after DS9 and Voyager. I want to see what happens next. Like,
That's what the show's for. The TV show, the new one.
yeah,
Well, not maybe for that specifically. Like we don't know.
because it seems like a lot of this is just based on the idiocy of fucking J.J. Abrams and that cunt Simon Pegg.
Jesus.
Well, it's a fact. I don't know.
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg, known Scientologist. No, it's not true.
Just shit facts from your ass. .tumblr.
Just that was the most confident
Yeah.
lie I've ever told.
Yeah.
It's like known Scientologist, known to throw away his money, known. Yeah. Now he wrote this. Apparently, this is the best screenplay of the 3 reboots they've done.
Yeah. Something's
But
wrong. I read about something with the production or something that's not super going well.
I heard it's
But facts
Yeah.
over here. Facts.
yeah. Did you get that on Wikipedia?
Yep.
Fucking
Is The Rock in it?
Can you
Dwayne
imagine?
Johnson. Dwayne Johnson.
I mean, they've already had Sam L, so I mean, it's not.
That's
no,
right.
that's Star Wars.
When I was
Stop.
like, full stop, full stop. Mace Windu, aka Samuel L. Jackson.
Mace Windu this other character.
He's like, you could never be a Jedi, never. Why?
Where are you from in Star Trek?
I'm from the urban planet.
Don't.
He's
Don't.
from Coruscant.
Don't.
Isn't Coruscant all city?
Yeah.
He'd be from Coruscant. Then.
No, there's more though. There's one in well, it's an older one that's destroyed in Knights of the Old Republic.
Just slur the
I believe there's another city planet in that one.
We're
Really?
just confusing people.
Now people are like, what? Are you
If they haven't turned off the podcast
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
they have definitely turned it off now.
They probably turned it off when I started plugging the show. That was,
If you're still with us,
Yeah.
thank you.
yeah, exactly.
So The Rock isn't in the movie.
I don't think I don't want to spoil this for people, but I don't think he's in.
Is The Rock fighting at UFC 200?
I don't want to spoil that either, but he
Heard he
might
is.
be. He could.
TBD.
Fuck, we got Brock Lesnar about to show up and fight Mark Hunt, and probably what's going to be
A short fight because Lesnar's going to knock him out.
Do you
Really?
think? Oh, here we go.
Really?
Big call from Big
Really?
Mike. So, Saavedra. Oh, shit, Saavedra. Did you want to tell me right now your prediction is that Lesnar's going to beat Mark Hunt?
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah?
I mean, I already put money on it because Lesnar's the underdog.
Oh, by how far?
Not
Yeah.
much.
What is
Oh,
that?
it's close.
What are
Not
those
much.
rated?
I can't remember what
Little
exactly
under.
the odd lines are at this point, but I know that he came in as he obviously is the underdog.
Yeah,
Dude
makes
hasn't
sense.
fought in fucking forever, and the last time we all saw
Couple
him,
minutes.
he
I
got
wonder-
kicked in the guts, and it was over.
I wonder the last time he was the underdog, in a betting line. Maybe the Overeem fight?
Overeem for sure.
For sure, because Overeem, that was
Again, he
Ubereem.
just got whooped by Cain Velasquez, so like he came in against Overeem, and
That's
Overeem
true.
was like, yeah.
I got to go with Mark Hunt on this. Like,
Yeah.
he's just
I think so.
too primed. The only thing I could think of is Lesnar shoots
Yeah.
right away, like he did in the Heath Herring fight. You remember when he like bowled him over? He does that. The fight's over,
big
man.
man.
I don't know, because Hunt off his back has never been really that good. I mean, fuck.
Well,
even
in that
Overeem Kimura'd him back
didn't
in
know that.
Pride. Overeem Kimura'd Hunt. Overeem. So,
Yeah.
so just to give you an idea of skill there. So
There's potential for him to win. Like that, like it's
Always
it's still
a chance.
Brock
potential
Lesnar.
for.
It's
I think
still
that's what
Brock
makes it a
Lesnar.
great fight. Is like both guys have the potential definitely to win for sure.
What is probably going to happen is
Yeah,
a devastating knockout, like within the first 30 seconds of the fight.
I
Like,
think that's very accurate. It's more likely that
A gas out and then
a
dismantling.
Brock goes to shoot, catches an uppercut, game the fuck over.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like Lesnar, I think maybe you guys know him more because you guys watch him. I haven't seen him wrestle, so you're kind of more used to like his immense size.
Yeah.
But when you see him come out into the ring, you're like, holy fuck!
Yeah.
Like you are. It's above average size for
He's the
any of the
beast.
heavyweights. You know what I mean?
The beast incarnate. He's a fucking beast, man.
I am disappointed Paul Heyman will not be accompanying him to the ring.
Yeah, is that true? I heard Brock actually requested that Heyman would be like his cut man or something.
Why would Heyman be like that? Because if he were to last a round and gets fucked up, why you'd be like Paul Heyman just yelling in his face? Like,
He's got to call in a sub.
My client, Brock. Fucking just screaming at him. Hilarious.
although it is sweet, he's coming out to his WWE theme music to the
goodness.
cage. It's going to be brilliant. That will
fun.
be the most
How's that
rowdy
look?
part of the Lesnar fight.
How does it go? Does it go like this? Dun, 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 dun. Like that?
That's how it goes.
Is that how it
Yes.
goes? Just wanted to confirm.
I'm gonna go with yes because I have no idea. I don't think that is, but maybe.
Speaking,
you saw.
Yeah,
you
you've
watched
seen
WrestleMania with us this year.
That's
he came
right.
to the ring to that
We're at
fucking that
Saavedra's-
tune.
Well,
for
I don't
Saavedra
remember-
Mania.
Little tune.
I don't like remember the specific theme music of various fighters.
He had a couple drinks. It was okay.
Sure, I just wouldn't remember the theme music
Think
even
they-
if I was stone sober.
You think they put fireworks on the octagon for when he like hops up into the?
Oh, he
cage?
does this little like boxing in a fucking. I don't think they did anything special for him.
Why not?
I think they already are doing a lot. They're already like, wait, that's
It's
another.
gonna be co-main event.
It is co-main event. Yeah,
What is the other one? I can't remember.
the main event. Pretty sure it's
Jones Cormier.
Jones
Oh
Cormier.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I
But then
thought
there's two other title fights on the card.
Yeah, I thought Aldo
crazy.
Edgar was no.
The way they put the poster, it's like Cormier and Jones, and then Brock and Hunt, and then the other two title fights are below it in smaller, lowercase font.
The other two
Just like-
much more important bouts.
It's like Misha Tate. You're gonna
Lucida.
you're gonna be fucking curtain jerking.
What kind of font? Lucida font.
Yeah,
Like,
Lucida.
You see the console?
Yeah, Lucida console. Yeah. Curtain jerkers over there. They're champions. Curtain jerking. That's how stacked the fucking card is. It's like Misha Tate, women's champion, women's fucking bantamweight champion. I think Cupcake's gonna fucking wreck. I think she's gonna do a good job.
Everyone's just waiting for Ronda to get back.
Yeah, when you have two losses to the same person, it's pretty difficult.
Via the same move.
Via the
Now,
same
Yeah.
move.
now, if Ronda was there, do you think that that's the co-main event, or does Brock's superstar nature still take it?
It's co-main event. Triple
That's
threat.
crap. Can't do that.
I wonder
That's
if
not fair.
No, it's not. It's never been done.
co-main event.
There's
Frankie Edgar and Aldo are just like, yo,
the
no,
fuck
no.
Two former
Who's
champions.
Coco?
Yeah.
Everything's the co-main event. You're like,
yeah.
no.
Aldo's gonna be on Fight Pass. or some shit. He's like, I do not understand.
They'll just show highlights during the card. They'll be like, and in the fight, Jose Aldo knocked out Frankie Edgar. So,
Yeah.
all right, coming up next.
the no commentary, no audio, Facebook streaming fights they used to do. Those ones where there was like nothing. It was just like
Really?
it's like ready, fight. No
I enjoyed
commentary.
those. I enjoyed
I thought
those
those are awesome. I don't know why they stopped doing those. Probably
because
because
nobody watched them.
well, the Fox deal was no. That's not true because one of the ones I watched was like 800,000 people, which is like usually the numbers they do for prelims on like FX. And
I just find they
Fox.
make them way too. It's way too difficult. I find to just like watch the UFC, like the preliminaries.
Well, they're not very fan friendly at the end of the day. Like it's pretty much like if you want to do this, you have to do it in our house by our rules, the way we want it. Like there's certainly no like okay, like the Fight Pass program should be so fucking slick. It should be like Netflix for fights, which is how they branded it, but that's not how it is. That's like it's unstable as fuck. I mean, I don't even know. I've never even talked
How is
about
it
this.
compared to like the WWE network?
WWE is much more stable,
Yeah.
big time. But I think the WWE is handled by the same guys that do the Major League Baseball app.
Yeah, like the
isn't it?
MLB app.
Yeah, because the NHL just switched to that one. Their Game Center app just switched over to the guys that I don't know the name of the company, but the guys who did the Major League Baseball
That's good.
app.
Because the
that's
MLB one has been the best.
That's
forever.
the tightest one, yeah, for sure. And I don't watch baseball, but I know industry standards are like always pointing to that. But so like you look at how much Netflix is just proliferating and destroying everything right out there right now, like just crushing. They're fucking funding that Marco Polo show. Is like the most expensive show they've ever put together. Their first season was badass. I don't know if you guys watched it.
No, I
but
haven't.
I watched like 2.
You should
it
fucking
out.
watch that whole shit, man. You love it. Mike's out for a minute. All right, good. Just us, C-Mart.
Oh no, that's
Rock
not
it
good.
down. Yeah.
We'll
Mike
come
had,
back. It'll be a disaster in here.
Mike had to run to the washer.
Yeah, it happens.
Let's see. Wait a minute. I mentioned earlier you were being a rock star. What happened? Why do you think? Why do you think? Why?
What are your?
Why do you think I called you a rock star? Do you think it says anything?
No, so we went to Main Island.
Main Island.
Yeah, for the Campbell Bay Music Festival. They're 8th. They sold out this year. It was fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was great. And we arrived via float plane on the island, which was hilarious.
Again, via Harbor Air. Shout out
Yeah.
to Harbor Air.
Yeah, it was great.
That's pretty crazy. The way you described it to me, though, was so funny because, like, it's like a lot of free thinking ideas out there, like a lot of folk, like, I don't want to say
No, it's good people.
good people.
Yeah, it's just funny. Like everyone else shows up in like an honest way,
And on it, like
via a
everyone
boat maybe, or a ferry, or they live there.
Yeah, and you guys
they got to ride with friends, and we arrive on an aircraft. It just seemed it dawned on me as we were landing that it was way too excessive.
so good. I love the idea of you guys just like everyone's just having this super chill, relaxed, like just we're on the
It was
beach,
very calm.
having a beach. Oh, can you pass the apple slices? What the fuck is that
Tag
sound?
singing.
Just like this plane comes in, you guys just start unloading luggage. Who are these rock
Yeah.
stars? Just like I love that they dropped you off right at the beach.
Yeah, it's like feet from the actual place we were going.
Did you wave at everybody?
It's
like, what's going on,
some people
folks?
did.
Hey?
Not a waiver in that scenario.
Did you say no photos as you walk by?
I definitely
Did you
just
all
said.
strip naked?
I definitely
You
just
said it was like a nude
apologized. I was
beach,
like,
right?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Was it a new beach?
It's a beach on the island, and you can do whatever the fuck you want
I
there.
would have just cranked my pants off right there.
Just
boom.
crank, just crank in the pants. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was fun.
When the pilot left, did he give you any special instructions? Was he like, "I'll be back exactly at this time"? Don't
No,
fuck
it was a
around."
different pilot on the way back.
Oh, okay.
But there's a lot of prop wash. I didn't realize when it turns around and flies away. If you're standing behind that plane,
Hold up, prop wash?
it's like if you're behind the prop,
Oh,
all the
like-
wind blows back, right?
I've never heard of that term, prop wash.
Yeah, it's normally like
Did you pick that up this weekend?
Jenny did
I
use
think,
it,
somebody
Oh,
made
okay.
a
and I play like, I like planes.
You're like, what a weird thing to say. Just
Yeah.
like that. You're like, well, I like planes.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah,
How long have you liked planes?
since I knew about planes.
What's your favorite plane?
Yeah, what is your favorite plane? Great question, Mike. That's my next
Tough.
question.
It's a tough question. I think it's World War II plane for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
Like a fucking Sopwith Camel?
Spitfire.
that's a good one.
Sopwith Camel.
The triplanes are fun. I do like biplanes. They're good.
Biplanes.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Wright brothers' first design.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's
I mean,
super
I'm-
hipster. I only like the Wright brothers
Yeah.
plane.
Is it made out of wood? Don't want to
Yo.
ride it.
Only real planes are made out of real wood. Okay. Fuck.
I know what's going on here.
Wood.
Right?
Sopwith Camel. What's the name of the? What was the name of the bonsai band? Yeah, bonsai. No, what the fuck? What's the name of the Japanese planes that are always in movies?
Like there's the Zero, right?
The Zero.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
It's just Zero. I forget the exact designation of it right now, but like it's
I can
they're
picture it
known
in my
as
head right
Zeros.
now. Yeah,
They're known as Zeros, but there's a bunch of other ones too. They had some good fighter planes.
they did, didn't they?
They just ran out of pilots.
That is a brutal thing for you to say. Is the last thing you'll ever say on this show. Just like, what?
No, they just lost it to like they lost in the war. They just lost.
I'm a big fan of the H372.
Okay, this guy over here with the AC-10. What's going on, bud?
It's not a real plane.
Is it?
Just making up a random code.
H372s.
It's like I'm not familiar with that one.
Let me look that up. It's probably a Star Wars droid.
There is the A3. Have you guys heard about the A380? It's new. I don't know if you follow like big airliners.
Is it a helicopter?
No, it holds up to 800 people though.
That's
A380.
Sounds really
It's a
unsafe.
double decker.
sounds super
They're
unsafe.
huge.
It's a double-deck, wide-body, 4-engine jet airliner.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're monsters.
Jesus.
The Titanic of the sky.
Yeah. That seems.
Can't be sunk.
Yeah. Can't be sunk.
Nothing can possibly go wrong.
Possibly. Eh? No. You said it was new? They
Fairly
said the
new.
first flight came out 05.
Yeah, first flight, but
2005.
they didn't enter commercial. Like that's when they started trying it out, right?
I'm loving this
It's
airplane
fairly. It's
chatter
not like
right now.
it's not
Yeah.
like 1-year-old. It's like a few years old.
Well, planes are weird because whenever you see initiatives to like knock down, say, carbon emissions, and people are like, make sure you recycle at home, and you know, recycling starts with you, and all these like green initiatives, it's like absolutely, totally agree. However, until they figure out like how to not have just carbon machines like fucking planes,
A380s.
A380s that are just zooming around the sky, necessary twin double-decker deck, whatever the fuck planes that are carrying like 1,000 people, 2,000 people at a time.
800
800
maximum.
Is it?
It says if it's all economy, it's up to 800 and change in people. But if there's all like specialty, then you do like 500.
The government doesn't like that many poor people traveling at the same time.
Not a chance.
That's how you get riots. Big time. 800 people in the sky. They're like, we shouldn't even be here.
Cheap aviation is
Yeah,
a
they
real
freak out.
social issue.
Huge social issue. That's why every plane has at least like 10 to 15 first class people to, keep people in line.
Remind you, the
That's
nobility.
right, to remind you, the nobility.
Gotta have it.
There's an actual throne.
Gotta
There's like
have it.
one. It's like
Yeah.
super
And
executive.
it
It's
faces the
throne
other way.
seat. Yeah, exactly.
It faces the other way, looks at the passengers.
So
and
it's a one-way glass. You can't see in, but it can see you.
Private chef beside,
Did you ever see that Vice doc on the guy who spent like 23 grand to catch the most expensive flight in the world? Like he had like a private suite and like a king size bed, like 12-course meal or something like that. They came every hour with a new course for him to try, and like just insane. It was like 22 grand or something like that.
sounds worth it.
This guy was like, this is pretty ridiculous.
Where did he
but
fly from? And to?
He flew from like, I'm making this up.
Like the whole thing? Because I'm not surprised. Like,
The whole thing. Yeah. Just to be clear,
like since the beginning.
yeah,
8
we're not
years.
at Float House. From
The podcast code doesn't work.
no, it doesn't work. and
Despite
we're
you
out
saying
here.
it did work earlier.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, that's why specifically it was like this one works. Yeah, because I thought you guys were on to me right away. But no, it was like a around the world thing. I don't know where they started.
Oh, okay.
See, I think that's just like excessive because like when I took the Via Rail just from Edmonton to Vancouver,
Yeah,
I paid for like just the one that gets you a sleeper car, which is like the next step up from being like, I'm gonna fucking sit here for 24 hours
Yeah.
like in a chair. So I was like, nah, I want to be able to like have a sleep,
Little
but
bit
like
of
you're
comfort.
still sitting there all day. You get your meals and you walk around all the carts. That was all right. To me, that was like, I'm flying. This is luxury living. Like you get a couple meals
Rail's
during
nice.
the day, you get
It's not
booze
cheap.
during. It's brilliant.
that's sweet. Feel like
But-
Don Draper or some shit. Basically,
Sure, yeah. I don't think Mad Men was out when I did that, but all right.
well, you would.
Proto Draper. Proto Draper.
Proto drape, pre-drape.
sure.
Okay. All right, keep going.
No, I think taking the train is probably like one of the raddest things you can do here in
Yeah.
Canada. Especially, well, from what I heard, like I got on in Edmonton and I was sitting with a bunch of people that had been on since Toronto because I guess that's the Canadian line where you go like all across Canada essentially.
like-
And they were like, yeah, Toronto to here sucked real bad because there's nothing to look at. And I was like, yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Train across the prairies is going to be boring as all hell. Like,
no kidding.
and
Unless
it
you love
takes
grass.
What's that?
If you love grass, then it would be lovely.
Ooh, it's so nice. Like, but they were like,
Sure.
they're from Australia. They had no idea. But like as soon as you go from Edmonton into the mountains, like that whole thing takes you on a path that you can't drive beside. Like you go through all these other routes that are just inaccessible by vehicle.
See, that's cool. That would be really
That made it worth it for
Yeah.
me because I've driven that route like a million times before. But getting to see it by the train and like getting to go right beside like Mount Robson, I thought that was
really
pretty
cool.
Pretty cool.
It's breathtaking, man. Like some of the really, really spectacular views that are available via train only train.
Well, and the train carts, like when you
And
sit
bird.
on the
If you flow like in a bird, like an eagle or
If you
something.
flew in a bird, warg into a
Yeah.
berg. Okay.
It's our Game of Thrones reference for the week.
Yeah, bud.
There we go. Yeah, like the little dome carts that they have. Like you can just grab like 2 or 3 beers and just go and chill out in this thing, and it's all like glass,
Like a
right?
dome, like above you.
Yeah, the whole thing is glass. Like
What?
everything is glass. So you just sit there and just like your whole
What?
chair leans back and just like slamming beers and having a great time.
Really?
It's brilliant.
That's pretty cool. I
sounds
didn't know
cool.
that.
Yeah, like it's
I'm always pictured like fucking cattle cars, basically. Like
well, it is like the main floor is, and then you just like march up some stairs, and then there's like 30 seats, and you can just chill out with everybody.
Oh fuck!
And you just like sit in a dome cart.
Kind of want to go get drunk on a train right now.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So
I
it-
also suggest taking like the Amtrak down to like Portland and Seattle. That's also
Yeah,
pretty damn awesome.
I've actually thought about that quite a bit. That wouldn't be a bad little fucking weekend thing to do. Hey, just jump on like a Thursday or Friday.
yeah.
You don't even pay and just jump on it.
Just
Yeah.
hobo on. Is that still prevalent? Do you think people still hobo onto trains? You got to know the hobo
I
code.
imagine. I have no idea.
You got to know the hobo code, right?
the rails.
Yeah, you jump on and they're like, roses only grow in the summer. And you're like, what? And they're like, that's not the code. And they fucking hit you in the head. And the answer was like, shovels are as sharp as steel. All right, you're in. And they like make you sit down, some shit like that. Hobo code.
Seems possible and likely.
It seems likely that hobos are sophisticated enough to have their own code.
Also something that happens here in Canada on the regular.
Yeah.
To have their own code and to be able to put it together. Yeah, it
Like
makes
an
sense.
underground network.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Last time we had a crew episode, was it the last one? I don't know if maybe the first one we had. We talked about Independence Day, and it just so happens that the new Independence Day came out this past week.
Hands up if you saw it.
Big hands up. I heard that,
there we go.
I heard that it was so anticipated to be a flop that the Associated Press was reporting that they canceled all the premieres. Like usually they'll have like a movie premiere before the actual public premiere. They'll have like a media day screening a couple days beforehand for a couple days and multiple viewings every day. Like so everyone in the press can get it. They want as much coverage as possible, right?
On the day, yeah.
Yeah, apparently they canceled all the ones for like Monday and Tuesday. And the movie came out on the Friday. And they canceled everything and rescheduled one for one viewing, only one, at 11 a.m. on the Friday of the release, which means
very
that
exclusive. Very exclusive.
very exclusive. That means that they avoided all of the possible backlash a bad review would have got them over the weekend, and they captured probably an extra 2 days of gross revenue.
Sure.
Which is gross by itself. But that's fucked up, isn't it?
It happens though. Like video games do it.
Video games do it?
Yeah.
What was the last famous example of that?
There was one not too long ago.
Yeah, it happened where they just don't send out review copies. You're like, oh, okay.
Really? What was the last game to do that?
I can't. I don't know. I can't remember the last. Like,
Assassin's Creed.
no, I don't think they've done it.
Pretty sure that doesn't get fucking... That gets slobbed over all the time.
It gets middling to above average.
That series, I've never seen a
Solid
series...
7.
Well, yeah, I've never seen a series of games where a game can come out and be like 10 out of 10. It's the best fucking game. Everyone has to play this. And
Like when it comes out yearly.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
then the next installment of the game will come out and it'll be like 4 out of 10. This is the worst ever. And you're like, it's the same gameplay mechanic. Nah, it's the worst. I've literally
That's why they're giving it that, because it's the same game.
Well, in the past year I beat
Reskinned, and
Assassins.
his name's Lorenzo now or whatever.
No, they stopped doing them serially. They stopped doing them yearly though.
They don't do them yearly anymore.
No, they said that they want to stop doing that.
The last couple ones were like in the UK or something. Oh, how
No,
have
there was
you
like
not...
Black Flag, and then there's something else. Like,
Black,
I really don't.
Yeah, I beat
follow
Black Flag. There's awesome. And then there's like, I don't know.
The next one's Assassin's Creed USA. And main character's name is Frank.
Frank, modern day. Yep.
Frank Milton.
Frank
Milton.
and Jim.
Actually,
Plays two guys.
The new Assassin's Creed film is coming out.
Mm-hmm. Jake.
Nope. You already got your tickets, don't you?
No, I don't. Michael Fassbender actually is playing the Assassin's Creed.
They're plugging it at E3.
They were like fucking crazy because they're like, oh my God, we have to make our money back on this. The crazy thing for me that I saw in the trailer was that in Assassin's Creed and that folklore in the lore of the game is you jump in this machine called the Animus and it's like a slab, like you lay down on it and it's like this little kind of like a bowl goes over your head and that's what communicates to your nervous system what's happening and plays back the memories of your DNA to you and helps you relive it. That's the premise of the whole fucking series. But what was fucked up though is in the trailer I saw it like they had him on like a rope and pulley system where he's like standing up and jumping.
Really?
And I was like, it bugs me when Hollywood does this.
Like Van Damme in Bloodsport when they're like pulling him apart and he's like,
yeah, kind of. Maybe not the example I'd go right to, but yeah, kind of.
okay. I can see this now.
Yeah, it just bugs me though, like when like Hollywood thinks that the viewer isn't smart enough to get behind
They just
something.
don't give a fuck.
It's so stupid though. It's just like, no, we need him moving around and jumping around and maybe a pew and a pow, like some Michael Bay shit like that. Like I just hate that. I hate when we're treated like we're too stupid for the format we're watching. I fucking hate that.
I don't think that people think. I don't think that that's the intention. It's just a lack of respect for the property.
Yeah.
that you're doing.
Which is why earlier when I was saying about the Star Trek, why I'm over it, because they've just shirked like multiple decades of canon that makes sense to me, and they've just completely thrown it all out the window just so they can like have a, at a quick space travel scene or something like that. It's bullshit. I fucking hate that. Don't insult my intelligence.
Exact scene you're reading.
I fucking hate that.
It bugs you.
Let me just say this. I'll rant for a second. I fucking hate this. If it was possible to go from Kronos, the Klingon homeworld, to Earth in 1 second like they do in the movie, we would have been conquered long ago. There'd be no fucking Federation. Peace. That's all I gotta say.
Maybe the warp drives were slower then.
Yeah.
No. How could it be? What? How could it be slower? They
keep improving
They're
them.
like, set course for Kronos, and then boom, and then all of a sudden they're at Kronos, like that quick. Not like in the movie, like
warp 1,
like
bud.
several hours later. Not like that. And by the way, it's pretty much in canon. It takes about 2 weeks from Sector 00.
At what
Earth.
warp? At what warp?
Doesn't matter.
Does
I think it
matter.
does.
Well, considering at that time, I think warp 6 was the highest it could
Okay,
possibly
so it's
go.
pretty late in it. Yeah.
Yeah, but we can get real fucking nerd here if you want. But
I feel like we've already crossed that.
Yeah, you're right.
Jar Jar Abrams has decided, it's
That's right. Jar Jar Abrams.
I hadn't heard
warp,
that.
warp 15.
Good name.
It's a good one.
Fucking, first of all, Warp 15 was what the future Enterprise had in Star Trek Next Generation.
Warp 36.
Really?
It did, yeah, Warp 15. But here's the thing. There's an episode, I think, in
Too many numbers.
season 6 or 5 in Next Generation where they started encountering all these weird pockets of turbulence. And it was because there was these tiny micro tears in the space-time
warp.
continuum.
You gotta slow down.
Yeah, so they imposed like with the exception of emergencies,
A speed limit.
the speed limit of warp 6.
So they pussied out.
Yeah, pussied out.
Classic Star Trek.
It's funny though. I think that's funny. Yeah,
It's an interesting
strange.
moral problem.
What do you mean?
I don't know, just the idea that like everything's so good and then
Well,
you realize that exactly what you're doing is ruining stuff, right? It's a good trope.
I
Well,
know.
the bad guys just wanted to wreck everything. Why don't they just warp around like
All
fucking
over the place?
Warp 5000 and just fucking fuck it.
Yeah, just ruin the world, the universe. Just
Each world.
fuck, or
See-
just
see
do,
what happens.
If you just did donuts around an orbit of
Yeah.
the Earth, and you're like, try and leave. Go ahead, try and leave.
Can't do it.
Destroyed.
Look at it. Warp 33. Can't do it.
Warp 33. Tear your shit up. Just fucking, that kind of shit. Normal, regular Star Trek stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty normal.
Yeah. Anyway, I fucking think the new movie's going to be shit. And
Most certainly.
Yeah. But there's a new TV series apparently coming out this fall,
Yep.
which I'm excited for. I think that should be pretty cool.
Yeah. I have high hopes.
It's supposed to be, from what I heard, rumor-wise, is every season supposed to be a completely different ship and a different crew.
Different crew, yeah.
Yeah, which would be
And
cool.
different era,
Yeah.
potentially, right? So they can move around. They could do a preview, like a
Yeah.
pre-one, or they could go right to where Deep Space Nine, or in the
Totally.
middle of Deep Space Nine, or whatever you want, right?
I'm all for it. I just want to advance the overall canon and the storyline. Like, you can't have a fan base invest this much time and like emotion into something and then just like stagnate it just because you want to give Christopher Pine more fucking time as James T. Kirk.
Which channel is doing it? Or what
I don't
network?
know.
I think it's actually a streaming only deal. I think
What?
Fox,
Really?
So then
Sorry,
the next
Paramount.
question is,
Paramount has the property rights to it, so I'm pretty sure they have like they're creating like a Star Trek app. Hopefully, it doesn't suck as bad as the
It won't.
fucking Fight Pass, but
Yeah. Interesting.
now is The Rock going to be the first commander?
Can you imagine?
The Rock was in Voyager. He was on Voyager. Do you remember this?
Oh, vaguely, yeah. Doesn't he
played,
have to fight with
He played the something warrior. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. He played the not the Akari warrior. Was it that?
I'm all about him being the first commander of the Enterprise.
Yeah. That'd be
One whole season of The Rock as the...
just
What would that
this
even be like?
giant ripped dude. Makes no sense why like at all. They're like, we might need to piss test you. You fucking look huge for this era. Like, there's no reason for you to be this
What
big.
if like he was the last surviving crew member and he has to rebuild his crew from people he meets? So he's just by default the captain. Could work.
I mean, that's a more interesting premise than just like we're on a 5-year mission and fucking definitely. Okay, hold up. The Rock is the first WWE superstar to make a guest appearance on Star Trek. He plays. Hold on. What the fuck? This is the name of the episode. It's like Sunkasatsi or some shit.
Sense.
Yep.
The name of his character was Champion. He was
Worse.
just a champ. Yeah. Shit.
Just missing a peoples though. It's funny that he got it so close, even in Star Trek.
That's pretty funny, actually. Yeah, they were so close.
So like it was a contractual stipulation.
This must have been like while he
Yeah.
was still on wrestling, though, right? Like he was still
Yes.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Did he do the eyebrow?
It said okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I've seen the episode. It's like it's
He does.
full
He
on.
definitely does the
Yeah,
eyebrow.
okay.
then.
It says it was a crossover episode between Voyager and SmackDown was on UPN as well. So it was a UPN SmackDown. It was described as, quote, a clever marketing ploy, unquote.
Clever, the
no
word you
longer
would use.
existent channel of UPN.
However, it received the highest ratings of the season, having been watched by 4.1%
No shit. Of course it did.
of all households during sweeps. It did, however, receive mixed reviews
Yeah.
by critics.
Yeah. Big surprise.
That's funny. By the way, the alternative title of his character was the Pendari champion. Pendari.
Also a P.
It was probably like, what's the word in this language? For
Yeah,
people?
exactly. Yeah, I'm actually pretty sure.
Pendari. Okay.
It probably just is the Pendari people.
You did the Pendari eyebrow, basically. That's fucked. What if you threw off his elbow pad? If he crossover,
Why would he be wearing an elbow pad?
because he's a champion. Fucking, you don't know what kind of
Ceremonial
champion
elbow pad.
he is. Yeah. Throws it, zero gravity, just floats in there, something like that. Anyway, The Rock's going to be in like 15 fucking films or something, right?
He's probably more than that.
17 films.
And he's still doing that TV show on HBO at the same
Have you seen
time.
that yet?
No.
Have you watched this HBO show?
I didn't know there was one.
He plays like an agent, like a high-powered.
I read on the very first episode, they're like, this is just Entourage for new people, like for like this generation's Entourage. And I was like, well, didn't watch Entourage, probably not going to watch this.
Not jumping in.
I watched like the first like 3 or 4, maybe 3 seasons of Entourage.
Yeah, I've seen like 4.
I stopped watching around the one where Sasha Grey, the porn star, was on there.
I don't think
I
I've
watched
seen
about
that
half
far.
that season.
I stopped watching when Jeremy Piven showed up, which was pretty early on.
Pilot?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm like
Just
Hmm.
halfway through the
minute
pilot.
8.
You don't like Jeremy Piven?
No,
Not even as that character?
no.
I heard that he basically started like, they call it in wrestling living the gimmick. Like when you're like, you become that guy basically.
I feel like all of them could have done that.
well,
They probably did.
that one dude, the lead guy? Adrian
Yeah, I can't remember.
Grenier? Grenier?
Something like
Whatever.
that.
The guy who played whatever, the guy who's supposed to be Mark Wahlberg, because it's based on Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yeah.
The guy who played that guy, he's kind of forgettable. He's not really like,
He's probably touring
Look at-
like nightclubs, like pretending to DJ and stuff at night. He's like,
like appearances.
Yeah,
You make good money doing that shit. You do like 20K a fucking appearance.
good for you. I'm glad you got something out of this. He's like, I look at the poster, I'm like, it's whack. Anybody who goes to that's also whack.
Tonight only. From HBO's Entourage, Adrian Grenier. Is
Like,
that-
cool.
We don't know.
I think that. See, I don't even know if that's his
You're
name.
like doing your own fact checking now. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, you literally have your hands full, so it's okay. I'm gonna do my own fact checking.
The other guys definitely do that crap, though, right?
Like who?
I don't know. I didn't watch the show.
Jeremy Piven?
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
definitely
like
not acting
he's living
anywhere.
the Ari Gold gimmick for sure. Like
Doing coke and
doing coke. He could actually probably open his own management company, and there'd be some delusional fuck.
No, I mean you can hire people too, right? That would probably be like good agents.
Nah, you don't want to
Or
go
you-
with Ari Gold. For
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
You got to work your way up. That's part of the dream, though, right? Just because you're in the agency doesn't mean you work
Bas-
with Ari.
That's true. You got to work your way up.
Yeah.
Is this coming from your many years as a Hollywood agent?
Yep.
Yeah.
The first 15 years of my life.
You know what's going on.
I think this is what we should do for the next crew episode, whenever that takes place.
Yeah.
Just absurd facts about all of us the whole time. And we'll just let people try and decide which one is real and which one isn't.
Two truths and a lie.
No, just mostly
Just
lies.
All
lies.
lies.
Yeah.
Welcome to the All Lies podcast.
Yeah.
all
All lies
lies.
are on you, obviously. That'd be
All
like,
lies on you.
yeah, that'd be the
Is this coming from
They don't have titles.
your huge background as a hip hop producer
Nope.
within the West Coast LA scene?
Yep. West Coast LA.
West Coast LA.
Yeah.
The best coast.
As opposed to.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're going with. Yeah. Yeah, boys. We've had some pretty fucking killer episodes. We are on episode 95 right now.
Who's next?
Next week we have El Phantasmo from ECCW, the current ECCW champion.
That's gonna be insane.
Probably the craziest reaction every time we see him live. He gets fucking hyped. He's awesome, and they're gonna be at the Ballroom Brawl at Commodore, and Saavedra and I and the gang have been there the last.
Haven't missed
since
one
the
yet.
beginning. Yeah, since the beginning.
Really?
They're amazing. They're
You
so
said they
good.
go on top of the balcony and they come down.
The second tier.
That was the very first show.
The very first show.
They haven't gone back to that. The Commodore's like,
Well, you don't want
enough.
to like entertainment-wise. You don't want to reuse spots.
Yeah, that's
like
fair
that.
enough.
Yeah.
At the last one, El Phantasmo tightrope walked on top of a steel cage and then did a backflip through a table on top of the other wrestler. So
Fucking crazy.
it scared the shit out of me because as soon as he started tightrope walking, the whole cage shook like it
Yeah.
was going to fucking bail.
I'm sure
and
he
he's
was a
either
little-
he's one way, he falls on top of a bunch of people on the outside of the ring watching the match. The other way, it could break his neck on the
Yeah.
table. So
Yeah.
he nailed it though.
Lose-
He is the
fucking
best.
nailed-
He
yeah,
is the
He's really good. Like, he's so good. And you know what? Some other guys from ECCW, future friends of the show, hopefully, Bollywood boys, just got accepted to the WWE Cruiserweight tournament.
Yeah, they
And-
wrestled there this week.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, ECCW is, and always has been for a long time, has been a breeding ground for crazy talent. And El Phantasmo's definitely at the top. I mean, he's champ right now. He's had the strap for a little while. And
He was the champion at the very first Ballroom Brawl.
that's true. Yeah. He's really good, man. And I can't wait for us to have him on next week and chat with him. And
Very excited.
yeah, as we crawl slowly towards episode 100, we're very excited.
Centennial.
Centennial. It's been crazy, man. Like, to get to 100 episodes is pretty fucking wild. And I'm sure I can speak for all these guys when I say it's awesome to hear the feedback week in, week out from you guys. And it's really cool to know that, you know, you're affecting people that you have no idea that you're ever affecting. And I mean, that's half the reason we want to do this. Half the reason, I think, is we want to document all this shit. The other half is we want to make sure it's entertaining, get you guys through your week and help you out with whatever that may be. But other than that, you should follow the podcast. You should follow us online. You can go to Intergalactic Interviews. We're on iTunes and Stitcher and YouTube and SoundCloud. And soon we're going to be on Spotify. But not yet. Pretty close, though. We're going to get
They gotta
there.
wait.
You guys got to wait a little bit more.
No. They like Spotify needs to wait.
Spotify needs to wait for us. That's right. Yeah, they should, relax.
I think they're pretty patient, motherfucker.
They're pretty fucking patient, yeah. But yeah, we're really excited. We got a lot of big things going on. You can also follow our Intergalactic Interviews Instagram account at Intergalactic Interviews. Super easy to do. Look us up, search us. We're literally the only ones out there. Intergalactic Interviews. In a world of a million things that are similar to a million things, we are the only Intergalactic Interviews.
That's good.
Look it up.
For now,
Subscribe. For now. Till this moment. Yeah, we have like an offshoot brand.
Yeah, there's like all these bots.
Yeah. Saavedra, how can people follow you online?
Oh, I suppose they could follow me at the Saavedra on Twitter or Michael A. Saavedra on Instagram.
Yeah. And C-Mart. How can people follow you over there? What's going on?
Well, you could follow Newbie Newmanson on Instagram.
Oh, look at this guy switching it up. Okay.
Yeah. So Instagram /Newbie Newmanson.
Newbie Newmanson, that's NOOBIENOOBINSON. Coming again. Shit. Yeah, I don't know.
That's
I
a hard
fucked
way
that
to
up.
remember that. But,
Newbie
that was just
Newmanson.
confusing.
we might be able to put it in the show notes.
Yeah, I might just have to throw a link up there. But yeah, that. And you can follow me individually if you want at MD_Boomsday. That's Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all over the place. Facebook. Look it up. We're all around. And thank you to you guys for always listening every week. We love these crew episodes. We hope you like them too. They're pretty fucking random. So.
Yeah. I found that we were just like jumping everywhere. I was like,
This week was a little all over the place.
Yeah, which is, I'll take it.
That's
So,
fine. That's fine.
like a spider web.
Exactly, just like a spider web. Okay, we will see you guys all next week. Yeah.
Yep.
Mwah.